This is what we're going to do. I'm going to give a little brief history about some of my experience with mental health, mental illness, with trauma, I guess. Because what we're doing is we're looking at an organization and what they stand for, or supposed to. When I was at Peachford, let me tell you something right now. Was it Peachford? Yeah, Peachford in Atlanta. Rehab or behavioral center, I don't know. But one of the things that they had was they had the youth there as well. I mean, you could hear them at night. And I'm bringing in recovery because you had alcoholics and addicts over here and mentally ill, and then dual diagnosis, which is your addictions and then your mental illness. So there's dual diagnosis, and it's all, together. It's a big money scam. And then you got the children over there. And those children over there are the ones that, a lot of them are fostered. A lot of them are raised by aunts, uncles, grandparents, single. They're the children that you represent right here is what I'm saying. Supposed to represent. Now, we're just looking at the surface of this. Pictures are one thing and all that, and images. Those children at night, though, because see, I mean the personality that comes through me is very positive, and so even the security and staff, was very more open with me than most. But they would tell me, they would be like, listen. They would say there's literally probably 10 fights every night in the commons area, to where because it's the same for adults as it would be for the children, for the youth, for the troubled, because those children sitting over there locked up, they can't, wherever they come from, the family can't handle it, or the family's in jail or this or that, so they're thrown in there. So what I'm telling you is we're taking all those emotions of that child and throwing it in there, of a system created for that child to have those emotions, to be thrown in there for organizations to pop up and do what they do. But those, children over there, there's a book called The Orphan Trains. You need to read it. It's a good book. That wasn't my only experience. Well, it brings up some emotions. And then for years, I helped a black lady. She helped me, and we helped others. Unfortunate. Even my mom and others in my family. And others with her and her family. But it wasn't broadcast. You know how hard it is to get money donated to really help people? Well, it's not if you're, but what I'm getting to is this, okay? I'm the one that's got to be a dick, okay? Because this terminology, this wording, all this wording is this educated wording when you Google all this organization that we're looking at. We can counter every bit of it into what should happen. I mean, when we can apply it to every other organization too. But we're looking at this one. See, the thing is the more trauma that the brain has, then the more it can get out of a controlled environment. And everybody knows that. You're probably like, what the hell is he talking about? Listen, mind control is real. It's realer than what you can think. And that trauma in those children can be used and be broken out of a system if there's something implemented to do that. Instead, the children are coming out and going into not just a program now. Because this is what it says. It says it's a free after-school programming. Yeah. Hey, dude, what are those numbers I need over there? I got to finish programming this computer. These words are very, 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 very suspicious because I know all about, and if you're the ED, no, not erectile dysfunction. These people don't know anything. They don't know. They know in time that towns and societies and cities will have certain individuals to where they can come in and slowly be conditioned without them knowing it to go, hey, you want to start something? Man, great idea. Yeah, all right. Man, I did all that. And it's like, no, you didn't. But it's these words. This is not good. Okay, because for one, its mission is to what? Create opportunities. Listen to this. For youth to be loved as they are. Inspired to be more, founded in the community and trusted to make a difference. But as they are, what does that mean? And then we're going to foster an environment for inclusion. So now we're using, this sounds like that it's some trickery going on, because it is. We all know what this is. Come on, give me a meaning. What does that mean? And you're going to say this. What it be loved as they are as what? What the fuck does that mean? And then you've got this word within your Google search. Safe space. And then it'll talk about being judgmental at school. And it's like, it's just a big Ponzi. Listen, I'm not just talking about y'all. I'm talking about the whole, as a whole. It's disgusting what these people have done, but it is so good. And then you get a grant for $50,000 on 5/7 for a mental illness grant. At least that's what I read real quick. You know, and then your ED is jokingly talking about, well, we sit around and have snacks, but we do yada, yada, yada. Well, what are in these snacks that you don't know about? Chemicals. And what do those chemicals do in return? Cause that right there. That's what we're saying. Y'all don't even know who you are. And that's what we do. It's ingrained into us. You're not going to change by putting all these chemicals down that really do what it does to us. It is so sad watching these dumbass counselors. Listen, and look, if you want to get mad at me, I'll sit down with you. I've got probably 15 doctors' evaluations of me when I was in certain treatment centers, detoxes, and whatever, and I can show you how ignorant that your whole industry is. It's an industry. It's money. This is incorporated too. So it's incorporated. It's just, and you can say it's nonprofit or this and that, but you still got these guys. You got Christian sponsors in there, supposedly for Jesus. I know who y'all are around here. Listen, I'm just showing you a little bit of a lunchbox of what's fixing to come from this. Because what we can provide is, we can do a whole lot more than that, but we don't. See, we go against the norm when it's like, well, for one, we're throwing the gadgets and shit away, and we're going to get outside and get to nature. We're going to learn the anatomy. You're going to learn the movement of the heavens, the sun and the moon. You're going to learn the seasons and the time and know why the damn time's going down right now. And why we're losing daylight each day. That's really important. That's more important than anything. Nope, I can tell you this. Here you go, we got gadgets. We got to keep our phone on us. We got to use these terms of the New World Order to bring in this. That's all they do is and see, and here's the thing too. Let's say you've gone to one of these schools, these universities. Well, this is what we're getting out of the universities now, is this kind of fucking terminology, which is garbage. It is. It has nothing to do with anything. This is not helping, not one bit. This is programming. This is the brain. This is not good. But at the end of the day, as dumb as everybody is, this is all those individuals have. And it's just so, there ain't nobody down there in Rango come up with this shit right here. This was indoctrinated into somebody, and then it was a seed planted, and it was slowly brought out. I don't give a fuck what y'all say about it was slowly done this. It might have been something different before it was this, but eventually it came in. Something was inspired outside of this individual for this shit right here. And I'm all for you. If this is you, then be real. Get rid of this word. You don't get to coach them and say, you want to be a fucking lion? Hey, we love you. You're included anyways. Do lions play softball or dodgeball? Because that's what young adults do, and children have fun, go run around. You know, it's just fucking crazy. But I have to be a dick about it. And I hate to be one, but you know, but my whole thing is if we were in rehab right now, if we were in rehab together right now, okay, do you know what we would be doing tonight? Let's say it's 5 o'clock, and we're in a rehab, and you don't get to fucking go nowhere. And we're having each turn, we're there for a year together. So each week we get up and talk about what we want to. And I've just talked about what I want to. And then as a group, we get to sit down and you got to fucking talk about what I just talked about. You don't get to run off. And that's what we would do with scripture. And that's what we would do with people and their problems and their stories. And we would come, and it's like, that's real shit right there. You know, and throwing all the shit away. Because some of these programs I've gone through don't have TV. They don't have gadgets. They don't have all this bullshit. You got a fucking pencil and a piece of paper. You got people yelling at you some places, and then caring for you and fucking praying for you. Listen, this is like the Disney heart. It's like the coaches now. That's like they can't even coach anymore. Don't you yell at my child because I've got such a vagina heart. I'm going to tell the director of the ball fields, and it's like the sports are pussified now. Because of this shit. This shit is fucking coming. I've tried to tell y'all. And now there's a seed of it in the middle of fucking Ringo, Georgia. And then there's some shady shit with this one right here. Pushing another agenda. That agenda right there. And all y'all Christians right there, Jesus is up there going, damn. They just don't know how much money they're giving to a cause that's hidden in plain sight if they just go look at all their stuff. But once again, what if these people learned this in the colleges? Because they did. And if they didn't, then it was inspired. And if that didn't happen, then it came in from somewhere else. This is not normal. This is all mind control shit. It's what it is. It's all it is. This ain't. This is actually, you know, part of the damn, her quote unquote, whatever, saying something. You know, because it's just like anywhere I've been too, so I'm not just bashing you. You know, I remember going to places and during the holidays, you know, and going to churches, and this looks like a church without all that, but I mean, it was, you go to these churches and there'd be 15 cakes and pies there. Yeah. And I know it sounds good because that's what it's normal. But I mean, like there's a bunch of them just for us. And we couldn't eat all that. But it's like, you eat up. We know y'all been starving. Oh, yeah. But the thing is if we're malnourished from drugs and alcohol and traumatified lives, then we need the material that we're made of. Then, you know, alcoholics, that dehydrate, crack, anything. The children that are starving, they need the cell salts. And y'all don't know what that is. And you don't, as an ED, you're just doing, it's like, hey, look at what all we're doing. They're writing the shit off. They don't give a fuck. They don't care. Praise Jesus. And they're pushing all this other shit. I'm not a dummy, am I? No, I'm not. Because, see, there is some people that's upset about this. And then you got other people that's for it. And now Matt Childs is in the middle of it. And so certain people that know what Matt Childs knows might have to back the fuck out and be like, I've been given orders. How can a goy have more power than me? And it's like, I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see what's said. I tried forever to get shit going. I was supposed to speak 2 or 3 places around here, and then they caught wind, and it was like, oh, fuck no. Yeah, there's somebody else coming in, and it's like, if it was the state. These fuckers know. They know who I am. And they know in 12 months, if I had the funds, if I had 50 fucking people, and I had the funds and the resources, at the end of that 12 months, all 50 people would have this. And those 50 wouldn't go back to the ER or ever, anything at all. They wouldn't either. They'd know who they are. It's my whole point. They'd be there. We're still doing that right now, even without the gym. You see what I mean? You got to teach them young to get a foundation of being badass and not being a pussy. That's what you do. Just come on in and have a fucking Disney heart. Big vagina, all of you. And seeing your ears are sensitive because in your head, in your brain, you've got millions of hours, hypothetically, of Disney going, hey. And so when it's challenged, you get upset because that's a spirit from the fucking other side that's trapped. And they're called elementary spirits. And where are all these children coming out of? Elementary schools. Let me tell you something real fucking crazy. What if Satan has figured out, because you have angels with you within the being born, and death. If Satan controls those angels now. Death, birth and death. And look at the abortion, and look at the fucking deaths coming. Through the foods, the pills, through all the shit that everybody's consuming that cannot see what they're doing. And then it's learned, and it's everywhere. These companies, here's our stale, take that, fatten them up. And it's like, no, there's nothing healthy at all at anything that we do. So this video is not just directed towards y'all. It is directed at this whole fucking system that I'm going to tear down with my single fucking bare hands. Because I care about the children. They're not kids. Kids are baby fucking goats. More than all of y'all combined. It should never cost money. These children should never fucking go through what they do. Ever. And it's designed for the parents to struggle. There's going to be a large percentage not be able to handle pills and alcohol, and they're never taught that. And the ones that can't handle it get labeled. And then when one of them catches wind that it's all bullshit, then you're a terrorist. It's like, we'll have 9 years in December against all this. You're fucking crazy. And trust me, as shitty as the communities are all together, you are doing good. But in the end result, for them having a chance on the other side, their opportunity is nothing. They are being included into this sad world of compliance and obedience, of worldwide mind control slavery, and getting everybody inside to make the internet the full-blown prison for everybody. You will have to go inside eventually. Your phone, and if you don't, it will deduct money. And that's called fucking Nazism. And this is just, it's not their fault, but it could be. Because I know all the big, listen, y'all gotta, I see ya, and I'm protected. So, as long as I do this fucking video, and then leave it alone, then I'm A-okay. But if I stay in it, which I don't know, but I gotta eat. I love you.